Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. That was aggressively happy.
I feel like we should always start with a punch.
Okay.
So, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Here we are. Ow. Another day, another ruler. Any announcements?
Yes, I have an announcement.
Well, actually, we can't do that first. Because did we watch anything last night?
Yes, we did. We finished season 3 of Peaky Blinders.
We finished it.
And he was like, "We're caught up now." And I was like, "No, we're not. I've seen the next season." So.
Yeah. We've got to do that again.
But the good thing is it's only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, at the beginning of lockdown, we were watching Designated Survivor.
Which goes on for ages.
We didn't finish the first season because each episode was an hour long. And it was like 22, 24 episodes. That's a lot for something that's got hour-long episodes. That's intense.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
It must be the same guys who did 24, but I watched all the 24.
Well, it's Kiefer Sutherland doing it,
Yeah,
isn't it?
so it must be the same producers and stuff and same sort of concept.
It's a lot.
Yeah, if you get into 24 as well, you lose a year of your life.
But I feel like 24, at least because it's just a day, there's loads of action. You know what I mean? If it's a day, I'm guessing it's a day when like a big event happens,
yeah,
right?
like a bomb's going off or something.
Well, exactly. So like, surely then every hour counts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Designated Survivor sort of spans a long time.
Yeah.
You do get some episodes where you're like, oh my god. The Peaky Blinders, 6 episodes, hour each.
In and out.
Oh, it's so good. I love Peaky Blinders. It's my favourite TV show.
Yeah.
It is my favourite TV show.
Any announcements?
Yes, I have an announcement. My first face mask arrived that I bought from Etsy, and it's a very fancy one. I specifically went fancy. This is a nice little Liberty print, the Strawberry Thief. That's what the print's called.
And where's it from?
Etsy, from a woman who makes them, and it's called Elavie or Elavie. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's ELLOVIE UK.
Yeah. Do you want to put it on so the guys can see how amazing it looks? All this to mask my farts. Can't see if you're smiling or not. Smile and then frown, see if you can guess. That's a smile. That's a frown. Your sad eyes. Well, I have some announcements. Guys, the emails, my phone has been buzzing a lot and I like it. But I did go on airplane mode last night, only because I've not turned off the notifications yet, which I'll do today. But thank you so much for the emails. They're very good.
I still need to put
you've not logged in yet.
I haven't logged in yet.
But I've been manning it. But I have to start with the other news, unfortunately, about Buster.
Oh yeah.
Last night, Buster, the dog, died. My dog died. He got put down, he lost the fight, which is really sad.
Really sad.
So this episode is dedicated to Buster Boo.
How old was he?
I think he was 12. 12, I think.
Good age for a dog.
Yeah. But we have his like daughter as well.
Yeah.
Bronte. So it feels like we still have a bit of Buster as well. Left over. But yeah, so unfortunately Buster passed away. So this is for Buster. I love you so much. So this whatever it is, whatever we do, is going to be sort of dedicated to the people who sent some stuff in. A girl called Annabelle Waters she didn't text me, she emailed me. Basically what she said was, she said, I've worked out roughly that I've watched more hours of Good Morning or Good Evening than I've seen my family over lockdown.
Oh my god.
So if every video is around 15 minutes and there's 74 Good Mornings and 74 Good Evenings, then whoever has watched every single one has watched 2,220 minutes or 37 hours of us.
Because when you say 2,200 minutes, it doesn't sound as much as then when you say like 34 hours, 37 hours.
37 hours of footage.
That's over a day. That's if you sat and watched all of our videos, it would take you over a day to watch them.
Just constant.
Yeah.
That is crazy, isn't it? 37 hours. Right, so that was that sort of interesting fact. I thought it was pretty good. And there's quite a few questions I want to ask today. And the first one is by Martin John Clevet. I feel like I'm pronouncing that right. He said, my question is, so this is to you, Carrie.
Okay.
in a show, there's a lot of actors and actresses that join the show and sing their songs, yeah?
Mm.
Some change the riffs, do their own ad-libs and make the character their own.
Mm.
I was wondering, if someone does that, does it need to be approved by the stage manager beforehand, or can someone just choose to sing a line differently one night?
I have been in shows where, if it's like Les Mis, if you dare sing anything different, there will be someone waiting for you in your dressing room by the time you get off stage.
Yeah.
There will be someone ready to give you a bollocking if you change anything.
Yeah.
That hasn't already been, like, approved. So when I was playing Eponine, the one thing I was allowed to change, that they allow all Eponines to have their own sort of thing, is the word pretending.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All my life I've only been pretending. That's what it actually is.
Yeah.
But I did pretending.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But that was the only thing I was allowed to do.
How long did it take you to find that, though? Or did you just do that?
I did that in the audition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was like... Because I remember, because I went to a singing teacher before my audition for Eponine, who is like the Les Mis approved singing teacher.
Yeah.
Claire Underwood, she's great. And she gave me the heads up. She was like, do something different on pretending.
Oh, really?
And I was like, okay. She said, because that's the only bit that they will allow you to change in your track.
Knowledge.
Yeah. But then things kind of changed with the Sondheim version, because when you ask someone like Shan Ako, who is like riff queen, to play the part, in the concert, there was way more leeway.
Yeah.
In the concert, there was like... I remember when we did the Hyde Park thing, where we did the mashup of On My Own and I Dreamed a Dream. Claude Michel, when we were rehearsing for it, he was like, I need you to rock it up.
Yeah.
Just rock it up. Sing riffs, do whatever you want. Which is like so outside of my comfort zone, but Shan's like, I've got this, I've got this. And I was like, oh my god, Shan, what do I sing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and some of that has kind of seeped into the Sondheim version, because Claude Michel just liked bits and pieces that we sang in the concert, and so it's kind of like run into the Sondheim version. But back at the Queen's in like the old production, there was like no way. There was no way. Like, not even a chance. But then there's other shows that I haven't been in that are more contemporary, and that, like Wicked, for instance, there's like compilations of videos of different Elphabas having sung like various different riffs. So I don't know if that's like been approved and that's just the riff that they sing every night, or if there's more sort of chance to jazz it up every night.
My understanding of it is that it has to be approved. I feel like you're not going to be completely told off where like your job's on the line if you riff. I mean, depending. I mean, it's all like dramatic license, isn't it? Yeah. If someone's like dying, it's like a really sad scene, and you're like at the back like Mariah Carey. It might be a bit weird. But I've got a feeling that there are like already approved riffs in Wicked that you can do. And then also, I feel like if it's the final night, you can do whatever you want as an Elphaba.
Yeah, I mean, final nights kind of are off the record anyway. When I was in Heathers, written into the score were ad-libs. Yeah. Like, were written in suggested riffs. But there are some shows where you're lucky enough to have the composers there. Like, there are some shows where the composer died 70 years ago, and it's like there's no chance to ask if it's okay, you know what I mean? But we had Kevin Murphy and Larry O'Keefe in the Heathers rehearsals, and the first thing that Larry said to us when he came in was like, what I've learned from the last production of Heathers is that I write too high and too fast. Yeah. So he made like changes, like some songs were too low and so they went up, some songs he felt were too high, and the story of the song was kind of lost in people just belting their tits off, so he lowered them. There was some, and I mean, when it comes to riffs, it was a case of like him just going, do what you feels natural and we'll take it from there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But having the composer in the room is like, it's the best. Yeah, definitely. It's the best.
The reason why I picked that question, because I thought it was quite interesting, because it also like lends itself to more aspects of like the theatre in terms of like what you can do with a character. Yeah. It's not just down to riffing, like, or changing an inflection or whatever. it goes down to, or boils down to where you stand, how you deliver a line. Like, it can get to that level of, like, you know, detail. I always describe, like, cast changes or going in as a character which already exists. Like, you have I always say there's a grey area. Yeah. There's like a grey area about this. It's like you're told, like, how to do the character, where to stand, you know, what to sort of do. But then you have, like, this amount of, like, your own input. Like leeway, yeah. And you can sort of play around in this little area and not get told off, because it's still in the confines of, like, the character that they have in mind. Yeah. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. And it's only when you deviate out of that little area that you have as the actor. It's only when you go like, wee, out of the area, they're like, don't do that. Yeah. It even goes as far as, like, what you're doing in the background. Because there are times when you're in the background and you think you can't be seen. And you're doing stuff and suddenly you get told, like, you do realise you are in full view there. Yeah. Even though you're not part of the scene and, like, no one's meant to be watching you. If you do that action too big, or you know, do whatever you're doing as exaggerated as you're doing it, you are pulling focus. So stop. Yeah. Stop making those choices. It's the wrong choice. Very interesting. I've got a couple more things I've, like, screenshotted, because I was like, that's an interesting question. And there's one for you again, Carrie. This isn't the question, but someone called Celeste McCoy. Oh my god, that's my drama teacher! Yeah, she emailed. No way! Yeah. She emailed. She said, "Hi Carrie, enjoyed hearing you talk about your production at Northwood. Still remember vividly you singing Tell Him from Slipper and the Rose and making me cry. We were going to do a Step by Wicked Step? Yeah, that's it, yeah, sorry, as a lower school production, but unfortunately lockdown put paid to that." Oh, Step by Wicked Step was a production that we did at school. And she's asked you for a favour, which will be another time. Oh my god, Miss McCoy! She was amazing. So when I was 13, she gave me this poster that she'd found, and it was for auditions for Wind in the Willows, like open auditions for kids to go. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, oh my god, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Because I'd just come out of, I'd been out of Mary Poppins for a couple of years. Yeah. Because I did that when I was 11. And was just sort of concentrating on school and just being a normal kid. Yeah. But she was like, "Oh, this has come up, and I think you'd be really good in it. It'd be really cool," because it was like over the summer holidays, because it was one of their summer shows. And I think it was like 10 weeks, and there were 2 teams of kids, so you'd only do 10 performances. So I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna go!" And so I went and I got it, and I was in the kids ensemble for Wind in the Willows at Regent's Park Open Air Theatre. It was really cool. Well, there we go. Oh, Miss McCoy. I'm just skipping on quickly because I'm interested about this question, because I saw it the other day on Twitter, and someone was like, "Oh my god!" And this girl called Molly Baxter has said, "It's a question for you when you played Eponine." Right. It said, "In One Day More, when she sings One More Day All on My Own." Someone messaged me this the other day. And then I'll say it out because everyone knows what I'm talking about. So when she sings One More Day on My Own, one more day with him not caring, what a life I might have known, but he never saw me there. And she said, "Please clear up if this is referring to Marius or the fact that Eponine remembers that Jean Valjean is the man that took Cosette all those years ago, and her life turned out wonderful while Eponine's fell apart. Which is it?" Yeah, so that's from Molly Baxter. Okay, I don't have the definitive answer, but what I will say, in my opinion, is that when we were doing the show, at no point was it ever mentioned that that was reference to Valjean. And my reasoning for that is that she doesn't remember Cosette straight away. There's a line, there's like a moment on stage where there's no orchestra and it's just Eponine on stage, and it's her remembering Cosette. So the chances of her still being bitter that Valjean took Cosette away when she didn't even remember that happening because she was like 5 or 6 years old. Yeah. I feel like if she remembers within the timeline of the show and then decides to sing a whole song about how bitter she is, that's kind of, I just don't, no, that doesn't seem right to me. And I also feel like Eponine's a character who lives very much in the present because she has to, because of her situation. Like, she has to be living in the now because she's constantly thinking about where her next meal's coming from, you know, who, like, the new job that her dad's making her do, like, this person who she's going to have to steal from. Like, I don't think she's the sort of person to go, "Oh, woe is me, however many years ago, 10 years ago, I wasn't the lucky one." And also, as a kid, she was treated much better than she is in the now of the show. Yeah.
she was in like nice dresses and her mum like looked after her and loved her. So if she thinks back to her childhood, she probably thinks that she had a lovely childhood and it's now that's rubbish.
Yeah.
I personally think it's Marius, because I just don't think, if she doesn't even remember Cosette and you see a scene where she's like, Cosette, now I remember, Cosette, how can it be?
Yeah.
We were children together, look what's become of me. I just don't think she wouldn't remember Valjean, and she wouldn't remember that happening to be bitter enough to sing a song about it. Her most of Eponine's storyline is to do with Marius, so the fact that that would change for 4 lines in a song doesn't seem right.
No.
And she spends the entirety of One Day More chasing Marius around. So the fact it just wouldn't make sense if she was singing about Valjean and then be like, but Marius.
There we go. From West End's Eponine.
One of the many.
One of the many. Well, that's that really. I had a couple more things, but I think we're going to run out of time. Or did I? So quickly, Rebecca Paisley has said, Carrie, if you were given the option to be on Broadway for the rest of your career, but you can never visit a Disney park in the world ever again, would you do it?
No. I'm happy with the West End. Happy with the West End. If staying in the West End meant that I could forever go to Disney parks, I would 100% do it.
There you go.
No questions asked. I'd probably be upset about it for like an hour, but...
Yeah. Rebecca Paisley's like a massive Broadway producer, so...
Can you imagine?
Rebecca Paisley's like the one. She's like a huge producer. Well, that was that. Again, thank you for all the emails. Only picked out a few, but I feel it's nice to like answer some questions. Yeah. Maybe not every video is going to be like that, but I thought get it done. Yeah. So thank you guys for that. It was amazing. Right. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Be safe out there. Don't. Go on, jump on. Don't
I
what?
think I've already done it.
What?
Don't go breaking my heart.
Yeah, we've done that one.
Okay.
Don't answer your mobile phone in the shower.
That's a very important one. It's a very good one.
Especially if you like to listen to music, which sometimes I do in the shower. Whoop-a-doop-doop, and then like, hello? Oh no, it's not waterproof. Yeah. But I think my phone is waterproof actually. But I'm a bit scared to check it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't risk that.
Imagine, my phone is waterproof. It just broke. Who knows? Right, bye everyone.